So today, guys, let us discuss joint accounts. So this is a very controversial topic in marriages, especially because it is mostly married couples that do this joint account, that engage in joint accounts. So let's talk about it. This joint account is like opening accounts whereby both the wife and the husband have access to it. Some joint accounts need both signature for any of the couple to be able to access, while some, any of the couple can access it without the other couple or the other partner knowing. So this joint account has caused a lot of controversy. A lot of people don't like joint account, and some people have actually used joint account and it has worked for them. But we know of our celebrity darling Funke Akindele that just separated from the husband. It was because of this kind of issue. And we also know that apparently the husband misused the money in the joint account. So even in normal friendship, money money always brings issues. Money can make two friends become enemies when there is mismanagement of money, or when one friend is not honest or transparent about money. It could bring issues between friends, and friends could become enemies because of money. So much more married couples. So the issue of joint account is very dicey, but let us talk about the pros and the cons, and it will be up to you to decide if you would do joint account with your husband or wife, or with your partner. Okay, let's go straight to it. What are the pros of joint account? Joint account promotes trust and transparency. So this only happens when there are no issues at all. Remember, it could also go the other way. But we're not talking about the cons right now, we're talking about the pros. When both partners bring in their money into the joint account, both partners know what the other partner is doing with money. Both partners is able to track the other partner's money. Might not want to track, but is able to know what the other partner is using the money in the account for. So it promotes a kind of transparency. It promotes trust in the marriage. I'm not saying that couples that don't do joint accounts don't have trust for one another. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that when joint account is successfully implemented in a relationship or marriage, it promotes trust. It also promotes transparency. So for two, it offers a clearer financial picture. Imagine all the family's money in one account. It will be easier to budget. It will be easier to plan. If you want to do a project, you know how much is going in. You know how much the family is going to save. You know how much you're projecting. You know how much you're going to keep for future use. You know how much you're spending a particular aspect that you people are spending excessively. You know how to cut down that particular aspect. In fact, joint account helps the family's budget to improve generally. So it gives a clearer financial picture. For three, it makes it easier to plan and pay for expenses. Like I said earlier, joint accounts, when all the money is in one account, you are able to plan your family better with what is coming in. The family knows how much they have jointly. They know how much they have to budget for school fees. They know how much they have to budget for vacation. They know how much they have to budget for food. So it helps the family to plan and pay. Even if you want to carry out a project as a family, it's easier done when all the money is in one pot. Some people have done it and have been very, very successful towards it. So now let's look at the cons. As you can remember the story of Funke Akindele, because of joint accounts. It's alleged that the husband had misused the money, and it caused their separation. And I think something about cheating, but today we're talking about joint accounts. And then let's also remember the popular dancer. I love talking about that girl, Cora. So remember that Cora was also having issues of joint account. She had a joint account with her husband, and when the husband when they broke up or something, the husband cleared the account, and she had to come to social media to start shouting, "Oh, see, help me, your husband has cleared my account too," and all that. So now let's go into the cons before I start telling people story of people that have not been successful due to joint accounts. Separate accounts promote autonomy. Now, autonomy is not necessarily a bad thing, in marriage, but it's a lot of people today, lack trust. I've seen people, when you talk about joint account, they say, no, what if it changes tomorrow? And it is very valid, it's a very valid excuse. What if your partner changes tomorrow? Because at the beginning, sometimes we're very, very sweet, but you cannot predict what will happen in future. So what if your partner changes? Joint account promotes autonomy. It makes you like you don't have any reason to explain yourself to your husband. In fact, you're just on your own, you're doing your thing, you're buying your car, spending your money on your own. And sometimes that could affect the family, because when there is no transparency, one partner might, I'm not saying will, one partner might be extravagant in the spending, and when it's time to bring money for the family, the partner is lacking, or lagging. So it affects the family too when the partner is not financially conscious or judicious in his spending or her spending. I'm not only talking about the guys, so for those of you that are always accusing me that I'm being biased. Anyway, for 2, it means your money may not be touched by others. What does this mean? Your money is your money, your husband's money is his money. You guys are not sharing, you guys are not planning together, or even if you plan together, you don't do it jointly. Let me use the word, it's easier, like I said earlier, it is easier for the family to plan as a family when they have a joint account. But in a case whereby each have their own separate account, it makes it more difficult. It offers less ammunition for financial or money battles. Like I said earlier, when Cora broke up with the husband cleared her account, cleared it. So had it been shared her own money, that would not be the case. She wouldn't even have to bother about losing out. But in a situation whereby all the money is in one pot, one partner can decide to act crazy and just go and clear. Probably he is not interested in the marriage again, and the other partner is not aware, does not know, and then he just goes and clears the whole money, and you're left with nothing except probably you go to court. I thank God Cora had social media. The other was fast to return her money. But what if it's just an ordinary person? Do you know what it would take for you to get back that money? And what if at that point you needed the money so badly? So that is one very, very bad thing, or one disadvantage about joint accounts. So what is ideal as couples? What should we do? So me, I don't think everything should be extreme. Either you give it all or not at all. There is always a middle ground. So for me, what am I proposing? I'm saying that each family should have a joint account and also separate accounts. It's doable, yes, because let's be realistic. Joint account, like I mentioned earlier, it has its own pros. It's very, very beneficial for the family when it comes to financial planning. So what am I talking about? Each partner might not have might not be earning exactly the same thing. So we talk about percentages. Bring in 60% and I bring in 40%, depending on how your family is doing it, and then you put it in the joint account, and then you will also have your own money, or bring in this particular amount in naira or dollar, and you bring in this particular amount in naira or dollar, and then we use that one to plan the family. Which means that joint account is where you bring out money for groceries, is where you can take out money for utility bills and all that, used in running the house, while you can also have your own separate lives, your own separate accounts. It's not that you carry all your savings and put in joint account, then when there is issue of separation and all that, one person is left stranded. So that is what I am proposing. So guys, what do you think about this video? Do you think families or couples should do joint accounts, or do you think it is a no for you? Let me know your views, and if you've not subscribed to my channel, please tap on your subscribe button and also turn on your notification button. Let me also read from you. I want to read from you in the comment section. It will also be open so that I will know your views on joint accounts. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to see you very soon. For now, it's a bye from me.